Hey everyone, this is some post-commentary of Hera-Is with Anubis. I started this run in the morning to get rid of some stamina. I had to continue it at lunch, hence the time gap. There will be a few sequence breaks in here while I check dungeon information because I'm mostly doing this at lunch. Not much to the strategy. I pretty much do the same thing for each encounter. Here I'm doing my best to set up the board, like so. I have the left one aligned pretty well. The hardest one to get set up is the heal orbs in the top left there. You really have to plan ahead if you want to get a match in there, but in this case I'm pretty good to go. So I can pretty much match the whole left side of the board with one fluid motion and then continue matching everything else. I hesitated a bit here and I missed that fire orb match, but it's actually a good thing because that 8 combo lets me get rid of one of these devils. And now I can charge my skills and pretty much take my time here. The devil doesn't hit too hard until it becomes about below 30% HP. I think that's when it starts using its harder attack. I might also try to bind green, which isn't a huge deal. I didn't do much there. I was just clearing out orbs, but I did get some sky drops there, and I healed to get rid of the recovery orbs I had there. So I'm pretty much going to keep continuing to do this. Not really trying to get a multiplier combo, but I think it does happen at some point. And since these devils don't have any defense, even at a 1x multiplier, I'm still whittling him down. And I have a lot of high recovery subs, so it doesn't take much to get my HP back up. I also have light Metatrons active in case I need it. I'm mostly bringing her along to handle Hera's bind in the event that happens. I'm not expecting it to, but it was just kind of on a whim that I decided to throw her in there. So next round is one of the Sky Dragons. Here we have the water one. I'm going to do the same thing as I did at the start of the dungeon, is try to set up the board. I have a pretty decent layout here. I might be able to get a multiplier without having to set up anything. I don't spend too much time trying to plan out combos because I'd be staring at it for a while and only have so much time to work with. Since I confused myself there, I didn't really get much out of it, but that's okay. He spawned on a 3-turn interval, and if I do well enough I can set up the board and get a multiplier off in 2 turns. In that case I didn't. I screwed up. So what I can do is try that again and take a hit, and I'll have plenty of recovery orbs here on the board to get my health back up. Since he's still pretty high with HP, he won't be doing any of his major attacks. Just a normal hit for about 8k, no problem. And I screwed up the setup a little bit there, but I can salvage it potentially. So I just aligned my board there a little better. Since he's on a 2-turn interval, I could take that hit. And I matched a few heal orbs to get my health back up. So 8 combo, only 16 times the multiplier, but it's enough to take him down. Sky Dragon doesn't have a whole lot of HP, so not a huge deal getting more than that. At this point, this is where I check to make sure I can take one of his hits, and I do have just enough HP here. And I also turned my sound back on because I forgot I was on vibrate. So what I can do here is set up the board and take a hit, not have to worry about it, recover on the next turn or two since he's on a 2-turn interval. I could also use Metatron if I need it. So, pretty hefty hit. I could have used Kushinada if I didn't have enough HP. Fortunately I do, so I don't have to worry about it. And I have my board set up here for the most part. I didn't get the top corner, so let's see how I do. Good cascades there, and more than enough recovery to get my health up, and one-shot those Helheim. I think that's who he is. So pretty decent board setup here as well. I might be able to get the combo off without having to set up anything. It'll take a tricky diagonal or two. I think I might get confused here and not pull it off, but I believe I give it a shot. So that could have gone better, and it's only a 6 combo. So since we're down to 2 turns, I set up the board a little bit differently here since the way the boards are aligned. I do the diagonal layout for most of them, and that's another method for getting things set up. The recovery orbs are almost in a good position. You kind of want them in an L shape at the top there to take up the full left side of the board, but in this case it wasn't a huge deal because I had another one nearby. And he's down as well, and we have one more dragon before the boss, and it's the ice dragon. Here I'm checking to make sure I can take whatever he's doing, and what he does is skip his turn and then he'll hit you with a really hard attack. I don't think I can survive it with Kushinada, so I'm kind of limited on the turns I can use. And right there I had a match with those water orbs that I wasn't planning on doing because that setup, that kind of ruined my setup there. I do have one turn to repair it, or I can do a tricky diagonal and try to get things going. Actually, there's no diagonal necessary. I think I get it fine. Could have got a better position for those light orbs, but 8 orbs are enough, or 8 combo is enough to take him down, fortunately. Here I double check what Hera does on her first turn. It should be the bind, which Light Metatron could help with. I just used my Sonya Yomi combo. It's 13 dark orbs, and I pretty much have this one memorized by now since 13 seems to be a common spread. 13 and 14, and the setups there are the same, or similar rather. And 10 combo, so 100 times multiplier, plenty to take her out. And that's Hera-Is Mythical. So I'm mostly doing that for fun, just to play around with Anubis. He's challenging, but pretty rewarding and swag worthy, so taking around, good luck.